Hey YouTube, Abby here. In today's Overwatch 2 video, I've got new Kiriko's kit, abilities, and ultimate breakdown. I've got the image for you. It's going to go up on screen right about now. Alright, let's not waste any time and let's talk about it. To start us off, her healing is called the Healing Ofuda. She channels a burst of healing talismans that can seek targeted allies. So I believe it was explained that this is her primary fire, and then her alt fire is the kunai, which is the thrown projectile that deals increased critical damage. An interesting thing here to note is that it's the first projectile in the game that can do 3 times the damage to the head. Widowmaker is the only other one who can do 2.5 times the damage, but this is the first character that can do 3 times the damage to the head. Now, don't worry about it. Her basic damage numbers are 40 for body shots, and then for the headshots, she does 120. That's a lot. So if you're good at landing headshots with the kunais, you're going to be rewarded on her. Already by that information alone, she just sounds so incredibly fun to play. Moving on, we've got the protection Suzu. So this is a bell that she throws out, and then upon impact, allies in the area become grief-free, invulnerable, and are cleansed of most negative effects. It was mentioned in an article that apparently this can even remove effects like Graviton Surge and Earth Shatter. If anybody remembers when they did a Moira experimental when you could fade and make your allies immortal and invulnerable and they got cleansed as well, this is basically that same ability but into another hero's kit. So maybe they were testing a lot of things for Overwatch 2 heroes and Overwatch 1's experimental. If that's the case, that's actually very cool, very interesting. Now, this does mean you become immortal for a second, but the exact time is 0.75, so 0.75 seconds you become invulnerable and you become cleansed. I think that's okay. It's not as silly as Immortality Field, and this will have a very big cooldown. So anybody that plays Kiriko, me included, will need to be very careful with how you use the Protection Suzu ability. Moving on, she's got the Swift Step. She can teleport directly to an ally, even through walls. We don't necessarily know the distance of how far she can go, but honestly, it's amazing that she can do something like this. Her passive is a wall climb. So just like our other ninjas in the game, Hanzo and Genji, she can also wall climb. And finally, her ultimate is the Kitsune Rush, where she summons the Fox Spirit that rushes forward. You know, it creates all those gates in a pathway. And I believe when you pass through that, it accelerates your movement, your attacking speed, and the cooldowns of the allies that follow through that path. Now, again, at this moment, I don't necessarily have any numbers, but just from this entire kit, she can do everything. Speed boost, damage boost, not necessarily from the sense that your damage goes up, but you shoot, or you know, like you shoot faster and your cooldowns go down. Like that ultimate alone is crazy. Not to mention the fact that she's got like that really good cleanse ability and about a second of immortality. It's not bad either. It'll come in clutch like where it matters, especially if you are a more experienced support player. The kunai is doing high damage, and the fact that she can teleport anywhere, even through walls, that alone just means Kiriko is going to be a very strong character. I can already see her being a really good pick in Dive and Brawl. I don't necessarily know if we will even have bunker comps in Overwatch 2 because of the fact that Ursa doesn't necessarily have a barrier anymore, and she's usually the character that enables bunker comp. But I think Kiriko with centered around Reinhardt, Winston, Doomfist, maybe Ball, and maybe even Diva, Kiriko is going to work really well with them. And I don't know, like I can think of so many support comps where I just think, damn, Kiriko and maybe Ana, Lucio, Brigitte, it's going to be really interesting to see this character being played at all levels, at down and quick play, all the way over to competitive and Overwatch League. I'm very interested in her. This hero has really caught my eye more than Soldier and Junker Queen has. What about you guys? Do you like Kiriko? Do you think she's a bit overwhelming? Or do you think she's perfectly fine and she has a good skill and reward system going for her? You know, we've talked about this before, that characters like this should have like a high skill and like a big skill ceiling where the people that really play her right will be the ones to bring out value, similar to things like Genji and maybe characters also like Sigma, Winston, etc., etc. Now, with that being said, that's it for this video. It was a pretty straightforward ability breakdown. I've got more videos coming in the future covering all the new skins coming to Overwatch 2, along with the maps and all sorts of other things. If you're interested in that type of Overwatch content, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to support me. Liking is also another way of doing that. And comment and let me know, are you excited to try out Kiriko day 1? With that being said, I will see you in the next one.